Hey guys, today we're back with another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to change the Dexcom G5, and soon, it's going to be a while, but once I get the Dexcom G6, I'll do another tutorial on how to change that one. So yeah, let's change my Dexcom. Now I'm going to tell you some supplies that we need to change the Dexcom. So the first thing we're going to need is the Dexcom thing, the sensor. It is the insertion sensor. So the sensor is basically where the tape is, and then the insertion mechanism is this giant looking thing. And we're also going to need the transmitter and some skin tack. This just keeps the Dexcom stuck on. And also some alcohol swab wipe things just to clean some of the skin tack off that's just like not on, I guess. We'll maybe explain a little more later on in the video. And of course, you can't forget the receiver or your iPhone. I don't know if Dexcom is with any other phone other than iPhone, but yeah, either the transmitter or your phone to connect the Dexcom with the transmitter or phone. Okay, and here is some Unisolve. This takes off some of the gunk, like when you take off your Dexcom, it always, not always, but 90% of the time leaves gunk on it, and you put this on like a swab and wipe it and it comes right off. Let's get into how to change a Dexcom G5. Okay, so the first step to putting on a new Dexcom G5 is to pick an area where you want it. You can put it on your stomach, your arms, your legs, your butt. There's quite a few places you can put it. So I'm going to be putting it on my left arm, and then you also have to clean it with an alcohol wipe. So my mom's just going to wipe the area where I'm putting it. Yeah, I'm putting it on my face. And just let that dry a little bit. So yeah, let's get into step number 2. Okay guys, so the second step is to put skin tack on. And basically what skin tack is,
glue.
Yeah, skin glue, I guess.
Skin glue.
So we're just going to put that right over the alcohol that we put on my left arm, and it'll just make it sticky so the Dexcom won't fall off because it doesn't really have the best stick.
One thing that I always check for on areas that he can't see very well would be on his arms, is just to look at the condition of the area of skin. So if there are areas that maybe just haven't healed from the last sensor or the last Omnipod that he was wearing. So I always just try to preserve his skin as much as possible. So I know placement for the sensor. Placement. All right, so our next step, and everyone is different, but he generally kind of like makes a muscle. So that helps me know that I'm getting it where he likes to wear it. Okay. And I always put way too much skin tack on.
For some reason, she puts she covers my whole arm in skin tack. That's why we use the alcohol wipes to get some of the excess skin tack off. So now we're just drying it so it actually gets sticky. It takes just like a couple, what would you say, 20 seconds?
Maybe.
20, 30 seconds just for it to dry and get sticky. Okay, so now, alright, the skin tack is done, and we're on to step 3, which is putting the sensor on. Take off the little adhesive backing that keeps it from drying out on the Dexcom sensor. It looks a little scary at first, like the mechanism. When we first saw it, I was not so happy about that.
But me either.
but I've gotten used to it. Where you put your skin tack, you're just gonna put the sensor directly over that. Not the best thing in the world for look. You'll get used to it over time, and it won't be too scary anymore if you're using the G5.
Now I'm just, because I have the skin tack issue of putting too much on, I'm just wiping around just to try and get some of it off.
With another alcohol wipe.
Yeah. I don't usually do the Unisolve for this part because I don't want it to bleed onto the sensor.
Mixing skin tack, an alcohol wipe, and Unisolve burns.
Especially on raw skin.
Yeah, so don't mix them all together.
All right.
Just a quick tip.
Say the easy part is done.
We are on step 4 now. We have cleaned the area, put skin tack on, and now we have the sensor on. And now we have to put the sensor in my body. Because there's a needle in that tube I showed you. Not really a tube, mechanism thing. There's a big needle in it, and you push it in. It sounds scary, but trust me, it's fine.
And worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
I'd say sometimes it hurts and sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
when it hurts, it hurts. When it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right, so now we're going to take off this big piece right here. This just comes right off.
That's basically the safety.
Yeah. I would say on this part, and I don't know how some people put it on their arm themselves. It's really challenging. But this part, like
that, I guess.
Yeah.
But then how do you squeeze it? Because I always squeeze it just to get like a blob of fat.
So I think for me, having to be the one to insert it, I get even though we've been doing this now for, well, over a year and a half, every single time, every 7 to 14 days that I do this for him, I get really anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually have to sit here for a couple minutes and psych both of ourselves out before I push it in.
Yeah, because I always feel like it's going to hurt, and I know you probably will too, but once it's in, once we do it, then it doesn't really hurt. It's just like, oh, it's done. If it does hurt, something I sometimes do, if helps a little bit, either scratching it or rubbing it, that helps. I don't know why, but I guess it helps me. You should try it, maybe it'll help you. I don't know.
All right, ready?
So,
here we go. This is how we do it.
So usually I'll just tell her to put my hands on, put her hands, not my hands, put her hands on the mechanism, but not push it in yet. And then just take a deep breath. And then I'll give her a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And look, it didn't even hurt. And it's in. Now we just have to take this giant thing off and put the transmitter in. Okay, so now we're just gonna take it off. There's two little, I'm pretty sure, there's like these two little things, flaps or whatever right here that you can pull out right there. And it, when you just pull both of them on each side, it lets go of that scary thing.
All right, so now I usually check it for blood.
Because sometimes it does bleed, so we'll check it for blood.
Sometimes you'll see blood in the insertion area, but from what I can tell, it is not a bleeder.
There's none in there right now, no blood. So now we have to but put the transmitter right in the center of this. This will only hurt if it hurt to put on the Dexcom, which does not usually happen.
And usually if it's a bleeder, we leave it on. We just try and soak up some of the blood. Leave it on, make sure the blood stops, and then we put it on. this little gadget here is supposed to assist in putting on the transmitter, and then this comes right off.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me, and it would also mean a lot to me if you could leave a like down below, subscribe, and comment some suggestions for video ideas. I hope you learned something in this video. Hopefully, that was the point of the video. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.